Happy Monday. Happy
Happy
noon. Happy
happy
jet
noon.
lag.
Yes.
If you can't tell already, I'm gonna be a little punchy on today's show because
I like it.
I just flew in from California and boy are my arms tired.
Yes. No, so fun. I'm
Uh
excited to hear about your trip.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. And I'm excited to see who we've already got in the chats. And any guesses who's first in?
Michael
Of
Bingham.
course, Michael Bingham.
Yes.
Hey, Michael, good to see you. He is very excited about the announcement that yes, WWE is coming to Halloween Horror Nights with Wyatt Six, which apparently I have to watch like 30 years worth of wrestling to get the backstory on this. I don't know if that's going to happen.
No,
Uh,
I don't know anything about it, but I am excited. It sounds interesting and
yeah,
different, and
I'm just going to treat it like an original house.
yeah,
I'm not.
exactly.
If you don't know the IP, it's just an original, right?
Yes, that's
Uh,
perfect.
Blossom and Michelangelo checking in also to say hello. Um, yes, we do not have Halloween in the official news, but yes, I think since we last talked, they confirmed the worst kept secret in Halloween, which is that Five Nights and Freddy's is a haunted house,
Yes,
and that Wyatt Six WWE is also the final haunted house. So all the houses revealed. We know everything. We also know the shows. We're all set to start Halloween in just a few weeks.
crazy.
Uh, it was the final day for Buzz Lightyear yesterday. I believe it is now officially closed at the Magic Kingdom for a makeover, which will hopefully improve the targets and the guns. Brian Sager wants to know if anyone broke 999K. Honestly, like, for me to hit even 200K is really hard. I am not good at that at all.
No, no.
At all.
I'm good at Men in Black, but I
Yes,
could feel like I could see the targets on
I
that. I
have
just couldn't
maxed
see
out.
it.
I have maxed out on Men in Black. You know what? I just the fact that on Buzz Lightyear, at least in California, which is the one I play more, which that also really needs an upgrade. You have to keep squeezing the trigger over and over again.
Yeah,
Whereas Men in Black, the fact that you can just hold down the trigger the whole time, that makes all the difference for me.
yeah,
I don't
and
I don't want
you
to
can
end up
see
with
what
carpal
you're
tunnel.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can see what you're hitting,
Yeah.
which makes it more fun, I think.
Well, the Magic Kingdom version is getting new guns, and everyone will have a
Yes,
different color. I think that's the key. It will have a light that's on all the time to see where you're aiming at, and each person will get a different color, so you will have
amazing.
some idea. And finally, N saw Mamma Mia. Have you seen the musical I have seen the musical Mamma Mia. I actually have some friends who toured in the company of Mamma Mia. Not my favorite show. I kind of blame it for introducing the mega mix at the end of a show. When you're
Yeah.
just done, you've applauded, you want to leave, and then they have to do a whole encore of all 17 hits. I want to flee out the door, but I don't want to be rude.
It's very Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, the way they do that kind of mega mix at the end. But also, Mamma Mia is not my favorite either. I
Yeah,
did see it on Broadway, but I'm not a jukebox musical gal.
no, not me in particular either. All right, well, enough chit chat.
Yeah.
Why don't we go ahead and kick this thing off in 3, 2.
Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding.
Welcome to the Attractions Podcast. You are all clear for dispatch. Have fun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Attractions Podcast, sponsored by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. I am Seth,
And I'm Carly.
and we are here to talk to you about the latest and greatest in theme park news and more, as well as what's going on in our own lives. Carly, what have you been up to?
Yeah, I just got back from a long weekend at Dollywood.
Oh,
So, yes,
lovely.
no, I had a great time. I just love Dollywood. Also, school just started, which I didn't know because it's so early to me,
So yeah, it
especially as a
blows my
Northeasterner.
mind. Exactly, my day. You had Labor Day off, and then you
Oh,
went back to school
yes.
right after Labor Day.
It is crazy. So I get to Dollywood and there was no one there. I literally like had an entire roller coaster trains to
Amazing.
myself. I went on Big Bear Mountain because
Ooh.
it gives you a perfect view of the construction that's going on.
Okay.
I saw track.
Mm-hmm.
laid out, and it looks like the track from that new rocking water boat thing that we have
I
seen over in Europe.
I was just about to ask. I've seen a couple of videos and blog posts saying the exact same thing. There'd been speculation that it might be some sort of dark ride. Then they had hinted at a flying theme, but a boat ride, that rocking boat ride from Mac that everyone's been talking about, could make a great Creature from the Black Lagoon ride. For
Yeah.
Dollywood to be the first one in the States to get that, I think that would be a big coup for them.
Yes, I think it is going to be that. They did say, I talked to the president, Pete, when I was there a couple of weeks ago for 4th of July. He definitely said there's nothing like it in the US and it's coming from Europe. So that is
Amazing.
my guess. We are
All
going
right.
to find out very, very soon. They're going to be announcing it. So I cannot wait.
Well, that would definitely maybe be the thing to finally push me to make that trip to Dollywood. It's been on my bucket
Yes.
list for a long time, and that could definitely push me over the edge.
Yes. But you
Oh,
also had a fun
I
few
had a
days. I want to hear.
crazy, yeah. I found Breeze Airways. They fly
Yep.
from Orlando to Orange County, John Wayne,
Mhm.
and they only do it seasonally, and it's only a few days a week. So I got one of their last flights of the season to just hit up Disneyland and see some of the 70th anniversary stuff that I had missed. Plus, thank you to a friend of the podcast, Eric O, who took me over to Universal Hollywood
Yay.
to see the Mega Movie Summer activities. And we also stopped in at Knott's Berry Farm for about 90 seconds, just long enough to buy one of those crazy good deals on an annual pass. So now I can go to Knott's, I can go to every Six Flags and Cedar Fair Park until 2027 begins.
Yes, the
So
world is your oyster.
yeah, exactly. I just have to pay for. I'm pretty sure I have to pay for parking.
No, you don't.
That no.
No, yes.
I think
I
it.
was looking through.
Yeah, I think maybe it'll be good on parking at some of the other places, but I'm pretty sure at Knott's there's still a parking charge with
Interesting.
the
Yeah,
gold pass. I got
I
the
will
gold
tell
pass,
you,
not the top one. So
you need basically like a PhD to look
to
through
figure out
because
all the benefits.
I
Yes,
was
exactly.
everyone is priced differently. You have
Yeah,
to start it at your home park. I'm going to be doing it as
yeah,
well because it is just such a good
yeah.
deal. Did you have boysenberry beer when you're at
I
Knott's?
no, I literally walked in because we were on a tight schedule. I did
Yeah.
4 theme parks in one day.
Wow.
And so in order to make that with LA traffic, which not a lot of fun. It
No,
was
if you
it
don't time
was
it correctly,
it,
it's
it it
hell.
was it was literally sprinting into the park. The only thing I did do at Knott's, I had never done this before. They have the replica of Independence Hall from Philadelphia. It's
Yes.
right outside the gates, and you can walk in for free without a ticket. And they have this thing that is like the Hall of Presidents without the presidents. It's this light and sound show recreating the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And you sit in this dark room, and there's just these flickering candles and spotlights and pinpoint source audio coming from each different seat, but no figures or anything. And it was the creepiest thing.
Yeah.
If you got 20 minutes, I recommend doing that. It was definitely a trip.
Yeah, no,
Um,
that's really cool.
but yeah, I got to see Robo Walt, who
Oh,
was not as bad in person as in the videos. I fully support if they want to bring that to One Man's Dream while they're making over the Disney animation area at
mhm,
Hollywood Studios. Go for it if they can just fix the face. I've
right.
talked to a ton of people. I even talked to someone who knew Walt personally, and the technology under the skin is amazing, but they gotta fix the face.
Right.
That's the
Yeah,
only thing.
feel, like, emotionally charged during it, or were you so distracted by the face?
I it goes back and forth. It like
Mhm.
kind of teeters on this edge of the uncanny valley where there are moments, mostly moments not of him speaking, but just of his moving and looking
Yeah,
around, where it really just like stops triggering your lizard brain and you're just like, oh, that's a person, just for flashes of moments. Um, but then you start getting fascinated by the little micro expressions of the eyes and everything, and the technology of it is amazing. I sat and watched it from the front row a couple times, and I'll go back and see it again. But yeah, it's they gotta fix the sculpt on
Right.
the face.
If you sit in the back, would you notice it as much, or is it really
I
just
Yeah, I know. I think because I'm obsessive about like animatronics and
yeah,
technology and stuff that I wanted to really give it. But I think that if you sat in the back, that it would be probably even more convincing for sure.
interesting.
Um,
Yeah. Did you try any of the 70th treats like that peach Dole Whip or anything?
I did. That was my first and only
Yay.
big treat was the peach Dole Whip. I am not the hugest peach fan in candy form or confectionery form. I really don't like artificial peach flavor. This just tasted like a fresh, ripe, juicy peach
Wow.
squeezed and turned into Dole Whip. I mean,
Wow.
it was just like a not too sweet, but it had that I don't know. The peach has a very distinctive mouthfeel, like that peach flavor,
Right.
and they nailed it.
Yeah, I'm all I've
So
heard is nothing but
yeah,
like a rave
yeah,
reviews about it. So I'm really glad it lived up
yeah.
to the hype. What about Universal Studios Hollywood? What did
Oh,
you do
I
over
the
there?
one I'm sorry, the one other thing that I did get to see at Disneyland was I saw them filming Ink and Paint, which is the new
Oh,
Oswald
yes.
live action slash animated. Jean Favreau directing it. I saw him from behind,
Oh,
like in the video village, surrounded by people. But there are people who saw his face. If the show comes out and you see a scene where Oswald is at the tiki room shouting at the juice bar that he wants a Dole Whip,
that's what you
then
saw?
that's what I saw being filmed.
Oh, that is so fun.
So looking forward to seeing that. And yeah, the Universal Mega Movie Summer, they nailed it with their meet and greets. Quint and
Yeah.
Chief Brody, they were great in the parade for the Mega Movie Parade here
Yeah,
in
that was
Universal, but they
incredible.
got to keep walking.
Yeah.
They kind of like do the same little bit over and over as they're walking down. I had a genuine conversation with the two of them, and they were both dead on, like dead ringers for their characters close up, and knew their characters, the movie inside and out. I got a great picture with them and Bruce the Shark, and even got to hold the chum bucket. So
Iconic. Yeah, I mean, all the pictures and videos I've seen, they just nailed it. It
uh,
is amazing.
I also got to take a picture with Marty McFly and
Woo!
Einstein, and they let me
Einstein.
pet Einstein.
Oh,
So that probably alone was worth the trip into the park for sure.
wow, you did a lot. And
Yeah,
if our
it was
listeners that are out of
it
the
was an
country,
intense weekend.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not close. Like Disneyland and Universal Studios Hollywood, people think it's just like right there.
Oh,
Like
it's
Knott's Berry Farm is 10 minutes away from Disneyland.
yeah. I
But
mean, if
on a
you
good day, it's at least an hour.
yeah, you're lucky in an hour, and traffic. It was not a great traffic day, so it was a haul, and a big thank you to Eric for driving my butt around Southern California
Yay.
so I could
Oh,
check out all this stuff. We had a good time.
a very
Um,
eventful, packed trip.
yes, for sure. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of our banter. So, without any further ado, it's time to jump into the news in the queue. All right, we're going to start out the news in the queue back here in Orlando. There's been a lot of news out of Comcast about how Epic Universe is helping drive revenue at their theme parks. And the general public will get to hear more about the park when Inside the Worlds of Epic Universe, a 1-hour TV special, broadcasts on NBC on August 20th at 9 p.m. And then you'll be able to stream it the next day on Peacock. And I think this is kind of a big deal because, we live in a bubble of theme park podcasts and blogs and journalism and people who seek out information about theme parks. I'm sure there are members of the general public who, other than maybe seeing a commercial on the Super Bowl, this is going to be their first real exposure to Epic Universe.
You're
And it's
absolutely correct.
not
Yeah.
every day that one of the big broadcast networks devotes a full hour. Disney used to do this back in the day. I can remember when I was a kid, they would have a big hour special when there was a big theme park opening, but they, I think that disappeared back in the 90s. So
Yeah. Oh, I love those like
I'm
Disney
all for
Channel
the
specials.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
all for them bringing this back. So you'll get to go behind the scenes of Universal Orlando's newest park, which of course opened back in May. They're going to feature all 5 worlds that you can step through into an Epic Universe. And they have a pretty impressive lineup of celebrity guests who will be hosted by Joe Manganiello. I can never pronounce his last
Yes,
name
I can
right.
never do it. Yeah. The guy from Deal or No Deal Island.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they most of these folks look like people who are either associated with franchises involved with Epic Universe, or people that we saw attending the grand opening of Epic Universe. I'm sure a lot of these interviews were probably shot there at the grand opening. It's going to include John Chu, who is the director of the Wicked films. Maybe
And that's
that's it.
further
A
fuel.
hint.
Yes.
Yeah. You can't have any kind of Harry Potter related event without Warwick Davis from the Harry Potter films. Vin Diesel from Fast and the Furious will be there, and maybe they'll give us some more hints about the Fast and the Furious roller coaster coming to Hollywood. Bryce Dallas Howard from Jurassic World, Nico Parker from How to Train Your Dragons. My favorite credit in this list is they credit Matt Rogers, who's Bowen Yang's podcasting partner, as the Prince of
Yes.
Celestial Park. I didn't realize that was an official title.
I'll take it. It's a good title.
Mason Thames, also from the live action dragon film, Bowen Yang, and Michelle Yeoh from Wicked. But the biggest name on this list, of course, is Steven Spielberg, Universal creative consultant and famed movie director, who was not there in person at the grand opening of Epic Universe, but
We heard his
sit down.
voice.
We heard his voice. Yes, he
we
gave
heard
us a
his voice.
voiceover. But they got him to sit down for what they're calling an extended interview with insight into the creativity and artistry that makes the park truly revolutionary.
I'm very excited for this.
Yes.
You may have heard about this special because it was supposed to come out, I believe, last month. And then I don't know what happened. And then it got pushed back to this date. So
Yeah.
I can't wait.
So there are actually 2 different projects. The one that I think most people were expecting to see was called Epic Ride, the story of Universal theme parks. That's a 3-episode miniseries documenting the making of Epic Universe. And that was supposed to, I believe, come out this month, but that is being pushed back to a later date, sometime in 2025. So in the meantime, we're getting this inside the worlds of Epic Universe. Again, you can watch it with your bunny ears if you still have those. Do people still call them rabbit ears, bunny ears?
Yes.
I don't know. This still exists.
We're our
Kids, look it up. Yes, or on cable TV if anyone still subscribes to cable. On August 20th at 9, and then the next day on Peacock. So I'm looking forward to checking that one out.
Definitely.
All right. Next, while I was in Knott's Berry Farm, I got that annual pass so I could go and visit Six Flags, but it looks like I will not be attending the Six Flags holiday event at Great Adventure, which is my home Six Flags, or the one at Over Georgia, which I think is the next closest to Orlando, or a bunch of other parks, because they've canceled Halloween and holiday
Halloween
events.
is canceled.
Yeah, Christmas is canceled. Yeah. So here's the deal. I guess the new Six Flags Cedar Fair Corporation giveth with one hand and taketh away with the other. So they're handing out great deals on annual passes that are good through the rest of this year, but you will not be able to attend special events for Christmas and Halloween this year at a bunch of these parks. Some of these were already previously announced and are being just pulled off the calendar. And we're going to start at Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey, where Holiday of the Park has been yanked for 2025. But they're making up for it by giving you a free Bring a Friend ticket that you can use for the rest of the season that does exist. When that season will end, not quite sure. They haven't told us the end of the dates, but they are still going to do their Halloween Fright Fest and Kids Boo Fest.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of crazy because these events do bring in, the locals, to try something new with foods and shows. So kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I'm especially since this is the closest theme park to my mom's house, and I was hoping to take advantage of it at least once before this year ends. But maybe I'll wait and see what happens in 2026. Six Flags Over Georgia, Christmas is canceled, kids. Sorry. Season is going to run through November 30th, but they will not recognize the holidays, so don't look for Santa.
He is not there.
But instead, they will have a new event called Heroes Fest, which is a celebration of favorite heroes alongside everyday heroes. So we speculate this might have something to do with DC heroes and villains, but it's kind of vague at this point. So check that out starting November 9th. If you are at Six Flags America near Washington, D.C., that one's permanently closing at the end of this season, and they've scrapped Halloween to just focus on their closing season. And from what I've heard, things are kind of sad there. A lot of roller coasters already not operating because of lack of parts. Yeah. Have you ever been to that one?
I have not.
Yeah.
No, I've only been to like Great Adventure, and
it's just up the street from my brother-in-law, and was always on the to-do list and never quite made it. So
it's okay. We still got a little bit of time.
Yeah. Michigan's Adventure. They are canceling the family-friendly Tricks and Treats celebration for this year. And their last day of operation is just going to be September 1st, so only a couple weeks left. But to make up for it, if you're a pass holder, they'll give you a free ticket to go to Cedar Point.
That's not a bad deal.
Yeah,
we're definitely seeing.
It's only a 300-mile drive.
Yeah.
That's easy, right?
Totally easy. Yeah, I mean, operations. They've also like shortened the hours. Like I know, like Carowinds used to open at 10. Now it's 11. So there's definitely a lot happening.
Yes, they are. They are on the one hand having a fire sale for those passes, trying to get some cash in the door. On the other hand, they are reducing expenses everywhere they can. So we'll see what the parks look like when I use that annual pass next year.
Yes, I'm definitely getting it.
Yep. All right. Speaking of bringing in revenue, 4 of the Six Flags parks have announced The Conjuring Before Fear, which is a new experience based on the Conjuring horror films. And this is going to be a premium upcharge experience, or as they like to call it, a screamium experience. Someone in marketing, I hope they got a bonus for coming up with that.
That's great. I love that play on words.
Yeah. So over the years, this is happening at Carowinds, Cedar Point, Kings Island, and Canada's Wonderland. And over the years, these parks have done various kind of schemes for admission to their haunted events. Sometimes it's included in the daily ticket. Sometimes it's a separate entry to the whole event. This looks like it's going to be a separate entry just to this single walkthrough experience. They are calling it a chilling interactive challenge. And they're going to release some more information about this coming up on August 11th. Right now, all we've got is a little teaser video.
Yes, I am so excited. One of my friends that also works on the Knott's houses
Mm.
worked on this, and
Oh,
he
really?
was
Okay.
teasing me that it's really good. So
Okay.
I can't wait to
Well,
experience it and learn more.
we saw Knott's, or I'm sorry, not Knott's. We saw Six Flags licensing some big IP in the last couple of years. Even some IP that Universal had done previously. And there were some mixed results on how well people thought it was executed. But I'm glad to hear you've got someone who can vouch for the work that they're putting into this one.
Yes, as soon as we can experience this, I am definitely going to check it out.
Awesome. Well, if you are a Conjuring fan, you're probably also looking forward to the final movie in the series until the inevitable reboot, which is debuting in movie theaters on September 5th. And it was The Conjuring was previously featured last year in Six Flags Fright Fest.
Fright Fest, yes.
Say that 6 times fast. At various Six Flags parks last year. This is not the same attraction, but we've got videos of the previous Conjuring house that they had up on our website. So go check that out.
Yes, I'm like confused because do you think it is a house or do you think it's something more than
You
that?
know,
The description is a little
it is
wishy-washy.
super vague. Hopefully, if it is an upcharge, that mean there'll be limited capacity, so they will be able to make it a more intimate, maybe theatrical experience. Not just a conga line through a house. I've been watching videos of the media previews that have been happening right now of Horror Unleashed
Oh,
out in Las
yes.
Vegas, Universal's permanent Halloween Horror Nights houses. And while the theming and a lot of the houses are very familiar from if you've been to Halloween Horror Nights, because they're all kind of replicas of previous HHN
Right.
houses. The way they've staged them, where they pulse just one or a few people at a time, and they have moments where they stop you and you have a scene play out in front of you. Hopefully, they're doing something like that here.
Yes,
So,
that would be my hope. So
yeah, they call it a series of chilling interactive challenges. So, maybe we'll see something that's halfway between a haunted house and an escape room. August 11th, check it out. They will have more information online and on their socials. Okay, next up, a little closer to home. Andy Haynes, one of our reporters, got to check out Sandbox VR, which I did as well. So
Oh.
he wrote up his opinion of his experience doing this new VR attraction with the Attractions Magazine team over at Point Orlando. And Andy, I wrote a really good comprehensive review here. I think he enjoyed it a little bit more than I did. But he had some of the similar reactions that I did to it.
Well, you've done a lot of these,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
consider you somewhat of
Actually,
a expert on the
and
topic.
I've done a few of them with Andy as well.
Yeah.
We've he talks about how this is certainly not the first free roam VR in Orlando. We've had Nomadic, which was previously at Point Orlando. We also had Zero Latency, which is moved over to Icon Park previously, Orlando at the main event. So lots of competition to compare it to. And he does talk about how this is one of the more elaborate gear setups. You're not wearing a backpack computer on your back. So it's not as heavy as some of the older systems. If you ever did the Void, and remember you had to wear that
Yeah.
backpack, not like that, but you are wearing this bulky vest that has vibration all through it. So
Oh.
if you get shot, you feel it. If you get punched, you feel it. If you get zapped or whatever, your chest vibrates in different spots. As well as strapping on sensors to your wrists and your ankles for cameras around the room to see. And depending on what game you play, you might also have a gun or a rifle or a sword in your hand. So there's a lot of moving parts. There are a lot of props involved.
Wow. It looks like it's a workout if
It
you're
is
wearing this
definitely
massive
that that is one thing that he definitely points out. These games will work out. They did 3 games. Most people go in and just do one. I believe they did like we did, which was shortened versions of the games. Just um, like the full game would be more like a half hour, and we did like half version of it, just so we could sample a few different
Right.
ones.
Wow. I mean,
Um,
people wear those weighted vests when they run,
but
like that's
no,
crazy.
I mean, just doing one of them though, like you need a little break in between.
Right.
It is definitely 100% a physical workout. And some of these games, like Squid Game, is the signature game they've got. And if you're a fan of the TV show and thought that sounds like a good idea, I want to be in part of that. It it was definitely an interesting experience. It got very physical. We had 6 people running around not that large a room and not bumping into each other and
I
bowling
was
each
about
other
to ask
over.
you that. How do you
Especially
not?
playing red light, green light, because in the TV show, they're just starting at one end of a field and they have to red light, green light, just all walking in the same direction. But in this version of red light, green light, you're in a big room. You're all in a room together, and you have to run back and forth and crossing in different directions. And yeah, it gets a little physical. You got to be careful. I bumped heads with a couple people.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're doing this for an hour in the full version?
I think that the full version is actually like you're a half hour in about half hour in the VR. The whole setup though, like you have a little introduction, you have to sign a waiver, get geared up. So the whole experience probably takes 45 minutes to an hour. But honestly, like as someone who has VR at home, sorry kid, we got VR at home.
Yeah.
As someone
Christmas is canceled
who
and you got VR.
as someone who has VR at home, I've got a Quest, Meta Quest. I'm sorry, we're not allowed to call it Quest. They're just Meta headsets now, I guess. It's the Quest 3. It, it what I've got at home was a lot lighter and more comfortable than their setup. And even then, I can only do it for 30 or 40 minutes at a time before my neck and my eyes
Yeah.
need a break. VR is not something that you want to do for hours at a time.
No.
Yeah. So depending on what you have at home, that was kind of Andy's bottom line is can I do this at home? And he's got a VR also, but the chance of doing it walking around in a space with multiple other people definitely does make it different from just playing your PlayStation VR or
Right,
whatever at home.
exactly. I mean, this is more like group activity,
Yeah.
family activity,
Yeah, it'd definitely be a great team building activity or rainy day family activity. It does add up if you want to break it down on a price per minute basis. It definitely is not an inexpensive activity, but it's definitely, if you've never done a VR before, this is a good starter VR, I think.
You know what? I have never done one of these. I've
Yeah.
done, like my friends have the headsets and I've played
Uh-huh.
around with it like at home, but this one actually looks like something I would love to experience because it
Yeah.
looks like the real deal,
Yeah. Well, if you want to read Andy's full review here, like I said, he really went into great some detail. Attractionsmagazine.com, and you can head on over to sandboxvr.com for more information. Okay, and speaking of Icon Park, which is just down the street from Point Orlando, they just broke ground on the world's biggest Build-A-Bear workshop.
Whoa.
It's coming to Icon Park in 2026, and reporter John Self was there for the groundbreaking on July 31st. Matt Roseboom was also there to take some pictures. And we've got a great article about this new project that is coming soon. Have you ever built a bear?
You know what? I think I was like a little too old when this
Yeah.
really took off.
Yeah.
I've never done it. I have thought about it because it looks really fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure parents hate to see this coming because it adds up
Yeah.
financial
Oh yeah.
wise when
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
go to a Build-A-Bear. But this one
It is.
has a
I'm sure it
rooftop
is.
bar.
It is much easier to have someone in a factory in China build your bear for
Yeah.
you and cheaper.
Yeah.
But then you are denied the pleasure of building your own bear. Yeah.
Exactly.
This is not just your ordinary Build-A-Bear workshop that you might know from a local mall. This standalone two-story location, they're describing it as highly immersive, and it's being designed by the firm Guterman, and these are the folks that built FAO Schwartz in
Wow.
New York, the
That's
flagship FAO
legit,
Schwartz.
yeah.
So
And if you look at this artwork, it looks really nice. It
yeah,
definitely looks like upscale. There's a
hmm
beautiful rooftop bar that has like grass down there
yeah,
and restaurants. So I'm kind of getting like American Girl cafe vibes if you've ever been to one of those where it's part retail, but then part
yeah.
like you can go there for the afternoon.
Yeah, and this definitely looks like they are kind of designing it to appeal so that the whole family is pleased, and not just the one little kid who wants the
Yeah.
bear. So like,
Yeah.
dad can go up to the
Get a
rooftop
beer.
bar, get a
Yeah.
beer, enjoy the view, while the kids are downstairs. Yeah, they're gonna have, like you said, food and beverage upstairs. Yeah, they pointed out that their core consumer base is children, but collectibles for teens and adults are a full 40% of their sales. So it's like they're definitely going to split the focus between the little ones and also pleasing the grown-ups.
Oh, maybe I'll have to do it. I mean, we see the craze, like with Labubu's. I mean, people go nuts for this, and it isn't just for
Yeah,
kids,
yeah.
so this is really makes a lot of sense.
And in addition to just being the largest Build-A-Bear location, it also is going to have some unique, enhanced customization options, ways of personalizing your bear. And we hear rumors that they might be a slide inside of the building. So that could be fun.
Oh, I love a good like multi-story slide. There's
Yep.
a Toys R Us in New
Yes.
Jersey that has it, and it's so much fun.
Icon Park's president, Chris Jaweski, says that this is going to be the largest combination of experiential retail and entertainment at Icon Park. This is not the only expansion that is currently going on at Icon Park. They are supposed to be building a Blue Man Group
Mhm.
theater. That project has been delayed, but last we heard is still supposed to be happening. So lots
That's
of
a
stuff.
nice little throwback.
Yep.
Feels like old school Orlando.
Yep, lots of stuff happening at Icon Park on iDrive. All right, and finally, we are going to. Oh, I'm sorry. That brings us to the end of this week's news in the queue. I almost spoiled our main attraction, but instead, I will let us hear a brief word from our sponsors.
The Attractions Podcast is brought to you by MEI and MEI-Travel. Whether your next vacation is a magical trip to the theme parks, an exciting adventure to the pyramids of Egypt, or just a relaxing cruise on the turquoise waters of the Bahamas, MEI-Travel provides premium service and expert advice to help you get the most of your vacation. They are always free of any hidden fees or costs to you. Visit them at mei-travel.com.
And while we're at it,
Our Epic Universe magazine is the ultimate grand opening souvenir for Orlando's newest theme park. It's got 64 pages of photos, vacation planning advice, and behind-the-scenes secrets from all 5 portals: Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, and Celestial Park. It's not every day a new theme park opens in Orlando, so mark the moment and celebrate history with the Attractions Magazine Epic Universe grand opening issue. Now available at attractionsmagazine.com.
It's time for the main attraction.
all right, and for this week's main attraction, August has arrived, which means what? Halloween season, of course.
Woo! Spooky season.
And it wouldn't be spooky season without Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And we have everything you need to know in a great article by Blake Taylor, available at attractionsmagazine.com. everything that you need to know about the 2025 party, what the dates are, how much the tickets are, what's new, and what is returning at this popular fan favorite event, which kicks off on August 15th at the Magic Kingdom, running through Halloween.
Yes, and you might be interested if you haven't in the past or haven't been in a while, because there's actually new stuff. A lot of
Yes.
times with these events, the revisibility factor isn't always there, doesn't make
Mhm.
sense financially because there's not a lot of new stuff, but there's new stuff. So I'm excited, and especially excited for how they're going to do treat trails like at Oogie
Yep.
Boogie, which is my favorite Disney After Hours event.
Yeah, you're right that I'm, as a Halloween Horror Nights fan, I'm spoiled by them changing out everything at the
Yeah.
event every single year. At Mickey's Not So Scary, you go every 2 or 3 years, and you know, maybe this year there will be some new stuff that will interest you in coming back. So let's start out with the dates. Kicking off on August 15th and continuing through the 17th, 19th, 22nd, 24th, 26th, and 29th of August. Dates in September are the 2nd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 12th, 14th, 16th, 19th, 21st, 23rd, 25th, 26th, 28th, and 30th. And in
Deep breath.
October,
Yes, a
the
lot of
2nd,
dates.
3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 14th, 16th, 17th, 19th, 23rd, 24th, 26th, 28th, 30th, and 31st.
Oh, that's a lot.
It's an awful lot of nights. And remind, if you are not interested in going to the event, you are going to want to pay careful attention to those dates, because that means those are dates the park will close early to daytime guests. So not a day you want to maybe pay full price for a one-day ticket to the park, but park does tend to be very quiet in the mornings
Yes.
before a party. So keep those dates in mind either way. And tough news this year, ticket prices. I do remember when the party was a cheaper way of going to the park.
Right.
Not now so much. Prices this year range from $119 to $229. Last year, the top
Wow.
price was $199. So they've raised that top price by $20 whole this year. And pass holders and DVC members get a whole $10 off.
Woo!
Only on select nights, and only in August and September.
Yes.
All right.
I'm curious. I haven't gone through and looked, but I did notice that Oogie Boogie is like almost every night is available, which historically hasn't
Well,
been the case. So I'm
and
curious what this is.
and that's what I was going to bring up. So we have a link here where you can purchase tickets, and if you were to follow that link, you would see something that I find a little surprising. In past years, tickets for these events went pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And this year, if we look at August, the first 3 nights are sold out, and I guarantee those 3 nights are going to be 80% vloggers. But when we look from August 22nd on, the entire rest of August is available. There is not a single sold out night in September yet. And the only sold out night in all of October is Halloween night itself.
Wow. I mean, yeah, this
I
is definitely surprising, but not
historic
really.
You're right. We're seeing a little faster sales at Oogie Boogie, but not that much faster compared to historically, where these were events that could sell out, within days of going on sale.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a lot of factors. This is expensive. If you were
Mhm.
not just going by yourself, I would go probably just by myself. That's fine. But you have a whole family. This is over $1,000
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
night. Also, I feel like with Halloween, a lot of people that may have gone to the event maybe don't really want to go back. Not that it's not a great event, but
Mhm.
maybe it was just a one and done
Yeah.
that made sense for
I
them. So there's a lot of factors.
Yeah. But if you are considering coming, here is what is new this year
Yes.
that might make it worth your while. First off, Mickey and Minnie are going to be meeting together this year over at Town Square Theater. Usually that's home to just Mickey. The big news that we want more details on are the Disney villain encounters at Treat Trails. It sounds to me like they are doing like what they do at Oogie Boogie, where you kind of have this. It's not quite a photo op because you're not standing and meeting and greeting with the characters, but the character kind of hosts a trail where people continuously move through and get candy, and often there's a character up on a stage who's heckling the guests, or it all depends on what the character is. I remember they had Ernesto de la Cruz from
Yeah,
Coco
that
one
was
year up on the
great.
stage, serenading people and talking with people.
Cruella's really good
Cruella,
one.
I Dr. Douche, I can never pronounce the last name. The Dr. Duschenspitz or
Yeah.
from Phineas and Ferb, heckling people. Usually being rude and insulting,
You
which
know
is
what?
not something that Disney characters get to do every day.
Right. It's such a fun way to meet
Yeah.
characters. I am not a traditional meet and greet person. I love these. You still can get pictures.
Yeah.
If you want to pause briefly to like pose in front of them, that's usually not a problem.
Well, I like the way at Oogie Boogie, instead of just a very slow moving line with each person taking up, a minute or whatever, they kind of have it set up. It's almost like the dolphins at SeaWorld or where you can, line up next to the tank and get a picture and then keep moving along. But operationally, I liked the way it was much more efficient, and you got to combine getting candy and getting a character encounter at the same time instead of having two
Right.
separate waits.
You know what?
Um,
And you see the people that are character people, mad respect, but you spend the entire party just waiting in line, because
no,
some of
yeah,
these go for over an hour. So you're
I,
literally, if you want to do
yeah.
characters, that's all you're doing.
Yeah. No, I'm sure there will still be long lines for characters,
Hmm.
but at least these, hopefully, if they work the way they do at Oogie Boogie, will be an opportunity to get that character encounter without the slow queue. They're going to have a Zombeats Bash dance party over at Rocket Tower Plaza in Tomorrowland, inspired by Zombies 4: Dawn of the Vampires.
I am very excited for that. I love the music of zombies, so I feel like that will be really fun.
I have to confess, I by the fourth installment, I think I've lost the plot. So
That's
I'm
okay. The
sorry.
music is still bangers.
All right. And Storybook Circus is going to have a Ringmaster DJ with meet and greets with Pluto, Goofy, and Daisy. I know a lot of people are probably excited about having over 30 new food menu items to choose from, including a pumpkin coffee barbecue pork sandwich that we've
Yum.
got a photo of. It looks like it's on a purple bun or a black bun, and if that's anything like the black buns at Epic Universe, you might want to be
Watch
careful.
out. Yes.
Watch out.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
don't
this
worry.
food
It's
looks
harmless. It's harmless.
great.
They've also got a creepy kimchi corn dog covered in some sort of green chimichurri.
Slime, yeah.
Yeah. And a phantasmal fried pumpkin ravioli at Pinocchio Village exclusively during the parties.
Those
For
look really good
only
too.
from 7 to 9. They really want to create FOMO with some of these things.
I know, and it's like when you read through the list of the foods, it's like some are available during the day, some are available only at night, some are only
Hmm.
available for an hour. Like it's really it's really intense. The
Uh,
parameters.
One more thing that seems to be new is a new design for the Jack Skellington character.
Yeah, no, he looks great just based on the social video that they had posted.
Yeah, over the years they've had some rather creepy versions
Yeah.
of Jack. Like Disneyland has had like a face version of it that's like makeup, but then it kind of blends into a face piece. I wasn't crazy about those, but this is like
This is a glow
a
up.
really perfect sculpt of his head with a moving jaw. So that
No,
should be really
this looks
fun to meet.
really good.
Um, and if you want to know what's returning, some of your favorites that are coming back are the Boo to You Halloween Parade, the Hocus Pocus stage show, the Not So Spooky Spectacular Fireworks, the Halloween overlays at Space Mountain, Mad Tea Party, and Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, the Cadaver Dan's Barbershop
Yes,
Quartet, who are
love
always a
that.
favorite of mine, The Disney Junior Jam dance party at Cosmic Rays, PhotoPass Magic Shots, which are not included with your park ticket, and the fireworks dessert parties, which are, of course, also an extra charge.
Yes, so all your favorites are going to be back along with a lot of new stuff. So it is, a refreshed event. I love to see.
What blows my mind is this is the 10th anniversary of the Hocus Pocus Villains
Wow.
Spectacular. I remember when Hocus Pocus was a movie that Disney kind of wanted people to forget about. It was not they were not like encouraging of its cult following necessarily, more than a decade ago. And I remember a local performer here in Orlando started doing unlicensed Hocus Pocus shows at like local drag clubs,
Oh,
and
amazing.
it turned into a huge business, and it evolved. She wound up playing Winifred in the first 10 years ago when they did this.
Wow.
And Disney kind of looked at the money they were making off of their property, and they're like, yeah, we want a cut of that.
Yeah.
So
It's really interesting if you think about it. Like the two biggest cornerstones of Disney Halloween
yeah.
is two movies that were like cult following classics,
Yeah, but we're not. Yeah, they were
Didn't
definitely
get the love in the
not.
beginning.
They were not. Big, Disney when they kind of threw Nightmare Before Christmas out into theaters. I remember having to bike a long distance to find a theater that was playing it, and
Yeah,
people just did not know what to make of it when it came out. And all these years later, it's a huge moneymaker. So.
it really is. So interesting.
All right. Well, if you are interested, we've got lots more stories about Mickey's Not So Scary over the years and the other Halloween events that are coming up. We will be talking so much Halloween over the coming weeks. I was
Yay.
thrilled to get my invitation to Media Night for opening of Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes.
And very sad that it's on the exact same night that Bob Gurr is appearing at Disney Springs for they're showing a documentary about him, and he's doing a.
Oh no!
So
I
that's
wanted
going
to go to
be
that. Oh,
that's
I
going to
did
be a
not realize.
hard choice.
No,
I'm not
I
sure what I'm going to
mean,
do about that one.
oh God, Rip Tour legend. It's very hard.
It's very, very hard. But we'll have lots more Halloween to talk about in the
Yes.
coming weeks. And now, before we wrap everything up, we have had a whole bunch of comments that we don't have time to check in with everyone, but I am going to try to highlight just a few of them. Michael Bingham is excited about that Build-A-Bear workshop that is coming to Icon Park. And also excited about going to Boo to You, going to see the Boo to You parade at Mickey's Not So Scary as well.
You know what? I'm actually considering going this year because of, the revamps. So I'm also excited.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to leave it there with the comments this week. But before we go, we need to once again thank our sponsor, MEI-Travel, and also ask you to please purchase a copy of our Epic Universe magazine at our website, celebrating the new park. We also want to remind everyone to please give us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to us, and also give us a like and subscribe here on YouTube. And be sure to follow us at attractionsmagazine.com and search for Attractions Magazine on your favorite social media platforms. Carly, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
Yes, I am on Instagram at Adventures by Carly, and I am headed to Europe this week to do something really fun. So would love for you to follow along. I am going with Walt Disney Imagineering, so not supposed to say more, but you could probably guess what it is.
I can't wait to hear about what you get up to next time.
Yes. So I will be out next week because I'm
Yes.
going right from that to the new Royal Caribbean ship, the Star of the Seas. So I will be excited to talk about everything
We will
when I
have
return.
we have a
I-
lot to chat about.
Yes, I can't wait for that. And I'm so excited for Back to the Future, the musical, which is going to be on board it, which I
Yes.
think is so cool. Yeah.
Did you get to see the Broadway version?
Yeah, I
So
love it. Oh,
you will be
yeah.
able to give us a one-to-one comparison of how well they
Yes.
translate that.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
very
Yeah.
excited. So
I don't
follow
I want to know how they make that DeLorean disappear.
along. Oh, so crazy.
Well, we will talk about that in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And I believe next week I will probably be here with a guest co-host, maybe Blake, or someone else. We'll have a surprise, maybe.
Yes.
But either way, until then, we hope that you folks stay safe. Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, you can find me at Escoberskin at the Unofficial Guides. And you can pick up copies of my book at theunofficialguides.com. And now, until next time, we hope you folks stay safe, try something new, but most importantly, have fun. And we will see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.